Hey everybody, it's Nikki with Delicate Vision Tarot. This is going to be a reading today for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of Gemini placements in your chart. It will be for the first 2 weeks of April, so for 1st through the 15th. We do have a full moon in Libra tomorrow night on the 7th. So there could be a lot of focus around certain partnerships or relationships. Tension could possibly come up. There could be arguments, but there also is a lot of opportunity to find common ground with people, or to balance out what each person's wants and needs are, and then how to facilitate that. So it's definitely not a time to like be a martyr. It's a time to really kind of think about what it is that you need and want within a situation, and just really communicating that. So I will be trying to do videos for every 2 weeks, maybe even going to weekly depending on how much time I have. I have all the time in the world essentially right now, but I have to block out my days right now in a certain way to allow enough time to record videos, and to be perfectly honest, doing all of the videos for the collective signs is about a 6-hour process, and that doesn't include uploading. So yeah, it takes some time. And also, yeah, I launched my website. It's going to be in the description box below, and I've also provided links to the decks that I use, and to those artists' websites directly, because they are small business owners. They are independent business owners. So if you enjoy these decks or you want to check them out, or any of the other stuff that they have, that is all down there. Hannah, the creator of the Deck of Character, she just launched her YouTube, so the link for that is down there as well. And then Matt Hughes, the creator of the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck, is taking pre-orders for his Dreamscape Oracle deck, which is going to start, I think pre-orders start on the 8th of this month. So yeah, support your fellow artist, especially in such a strange time we're all in right now. And with that being said, I'm going to get started. I hope everybody's doing well. And let's see what's going on for you. Show me what's happening for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh. We have the Empress in reverse, so you could be feeling a little off. Maybe the first, or this 2-week period could maybe be feeling like you don't have things under control, or that you don't have, it's almost like taking a step back, right? Like usually the Empress is the exalted queen, or it's when she becomes exalted from queen status into Empress. So when she's in a reverse, sometimes I think that it's almost like a step down and going back into queen mode, which there is still some challenges there. And for your block, you guys have the Queen of Wands in the upright and the Moon in reverse. So honestly, I don't necessarily see the Empress in reverse as a bad thing. For you guys right now, I think it's more so about utilizing the energy that's at your disposal at this time. And I do think that this is a highly creative energy. But I also think that it has the tendency to, if you're not doing anything to deal with what's going on inside, I feel like it could start teetering on the edge of extreme overwhelm, quite possibly even anxiety, panic. It's just not feeling as solid or grounded as you normally do, which could possibly mean that maybe your business is being affected, or your job is being affected by the current state of the world. But whatever it is, it's just you're not feeling as steady or stable as you normally do. And you could be a little off right now. So let's see what's happening in your subconscious here. We have the Magician, so you could be in a very, like I said, creative mode. I think it's more so like pay attention subconsciously to what it is that you're thinking or doing or calling into your existence, because there is this thing with the Magician where it's kind of like you create what you project out into the world. whatever tools it is that you're using and really focusing and harnessing all of your energy into, that's what you're going to reap. So just be very aware of what it is that you're doing and kind of what you're projecting that towards. If you're focusing on misery and sadness, then you're only going to reap more of that. But also if you're focusing on finding solutions to your problems, or if you're focusing on moving through or working with what it is that you're feeling or experiencing, then you can find more solutions to continue to tackle those feelings. I do think there's a solution coming up for you though, most definitely. With all this energy here, there's got to be. Let's see what's happened in the recent past here for you. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Swords, so that usually is a sudden, swift change that came in and kind of left you feeling disconnected from your normal sources of stability, income, support. It's definitely a distinct separation. I'm not surprised. Half of these cards have been coming up in all of the collective readings just because of everything that is going on. Things like the Tower of Death, Five of Pentacles. It's a really interesting thing to see when you see all of the energies collectively impacting each person. But I think for this group specifically, this is a lot about whatever area of your life it is that you normally, I think, found joy, support, stability, exaltation in. It's almost like that part of your life has been impacted, and I think as a result, during these next 2 weeks, you're going to feel a little more emotionally impacted by that circumstance. Let's clarify the higher self. I'm just going to take it because it just did not want to stop. So we have the Artist. That was the creativity I was talking about. But the Artist is also a card of what happens in between the realm of spiritual existence and material existence. It's kind of like the architect, right? You're sitting there and you're creating something and you're literally bringing it and drawing it from a place that doesn't necessarily have any tangible effect into the material world. And I think that paired with Magician is perfect, because the Artist is the very last card in the major arcana in this deck specifically. And from the Artist, he moves into the Magician. Well, to the Fool and then to the Magician. But I still feel like there's such a close connection there, because I feel like this is the connection between source and physical manifestation. And that's why I'm telling you to be really careful about what it is that you're thinking about, because I think that your thoughts will create your reality at this time. That's how potent I think your energy is. So just be wise. Be wise and be mindful, and kind of, I'm not saying don't feel what you feel. By all means, feel what you feel. Allow yourself to really communicate with how you're feeling and look at why you're feeling that way. And even if there is no explanation as to why, just allow it to come out. I think it's one of those things where there are opportunities for people to really learn or harness new tools to deal with certain anxieties, or to have full-on meltdowns and then finally get the help that they need. So it's just, I really do believe that everything that is cause and effect right now, there are reasons here to certain things happening. I think, and that's why I call it an opportunity. I'm not saying that, having panic attacks or having a total nervous breakdown isn't cool, or that you shouldn't be doing that right now. I think it's fine to be doing that right now. I had 3 panic attacks last week. I think it's totally normal. But I think I also had to challenge myself to look at why I was feeling that way and address it, and then communicate it in my environment. And then once I did, I felt better. And I was able to start working on other things. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Let's see what's happening in the near future here for you. Yeah, I definitely think there's some physical release that needs to happen here, because we do have the Five of Cups. You're in a very challenging period right now, and the Five of Swords. You have 3 fives so far. So you definitely feel very challenged by what's currently happening. There could have been an argument here as well. Part of me wonders if you're a little concerned that you said something that you can't take back. I don't think you have to take it back either. I think it just needed to be said. I also think the context in which it might have been said was justified at the time. I also just think it came from a place of where you're at. I think the way that you reacted was from the way that you felt emotionally, but I don't think that the experience and the emotions were connected. I think your emotions were connected to something else, and then the experience that came in challenged the way that you were feeling, and you just exploded. I think that's what it is. Let's see what's happening in your emotional sector. I'm going to actually take that card for the near future. Nine of Swords in reverse. So yeah, I don't think you need to be worried about this. I don't think you need to be like overthinking or overanalyzing what the experience is. Just feel it. Feel it, articulate it, do what you got to do. Let's see what's happening emotionally here for Gemini. We have the Six of Pentacles reverse. Eight of Swords. What has you feeling trapped? Like, is it your thoughts? Is it your anxiety? Or is it feeling like your physical environment isn't giving you what you need? The Hanged Man. I mean, it quite possibly could be you feeling like, you know, maybe you don't do well with being like in suspended animation or being stuck. You know, it's like feeling like you're in a coma, but you can't, you know, you can't respond to anything, but you're fully aware of what's being said. I don't know where that came from. I mean, Six of Pentacles in reverse too can also be not, it's in some way you're not getting the assistance that you need at this time. Whether that's financially, whether it is physically, whether it is, you know, emotionally, mentally, whatever it may be, there's something here where there's a lot of tension building around you. I literally feel like your environment did a total flip. Like, I feel like you were soaring in these really crazy ecstatic highs, and then with everything that's happened, you just crashed to earth. And now I think it's like you're kind of still plummeting a little bit, like burrowing into the earth. This is a really weird reading. Let's see what's happening in your environment. Not weird, like I think what I'm seeing is weird. It's just the way that it's showing up is weird. So we have the Sun, and we have the Hierophant in reverse. Oh, the Emperor in reverse. This could be a relationship that's being challenged for sure at this time. And then we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. There's a relationship here that's definitely being challenged. I think most of it is challenging due to the environment. But with the Sun there, it's like there's clarity being shed on this. So maybe something was spoken or said or revealed that has not ever been articulated. Because it doesn't, I'm not seeing anything like super malicious here. I think it's just like something, the light has been shed or shown on something that was not previously right in front of you in your immediate environment. So let's see what's happening in your hopes and fears. I'll clarify some of these. Five of Wands in reverse. I think you're hopeful for whatever this argument is to end. Like maybe just, you know, can the challenges stop? I think they will. I just think you're meant to have one more argument because now you have all fives here. Like it's almost like take this challenge and this change as an opportunity to overcome something, not to succumb to it. So let's see what's in the long-standing outcome. Queen of Pentacles. I think you're going to be fine. Queen of Pentacles is, you know, she's my girl who's like under the Empress, right? So financially, you're definitely going to be doing fine. I think too, you could be making some changes in your home environment right now. Queen of Swords in reverse. I think you're going to choose to nurture this connection and not hurt it. I mean, it is quite possible that you could be saying some stuff to like still protect yourself in some way. Seven of Cups in reverse. Oh no, you're gonna be fine. And then we have Two of Cups. And we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So yeah, whatever has happened, this is temporary. This is definitely a temporary situation. I think you guys are going to be fine. I think it was just a moment where it was simply the apex point of something that just needed to happen. I don't see any malicious energy here. I don't see any person who was like intentionally hardcore lying about something. I just see tension that was building due to uncertainty, due to feelings that literally had nothing to do with what possibly was actually said. Because there's a disconnect somewhere in here with the challenges and the change. So let's go ahead and clarify the Magician in your subconscious. I kind of want to see the power or the energy that you can harness at this time. We have the Hanged Man, so there is a lot of enlightenment that can be found in this experience. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Understand that everything in life undergoes cycles of change. For every high, there must be a low, which makes sense to me talking about the whole, it's like you were on your highest high and then you just fucking crashed and plummeted into the earth, and now you're still kind of like burrowing through the soil. I really do feel like this is an opportunity. Because I'm seeing two people who were in their exalted energy prior to this, like one of you was the Empress and one of you was the Emperor. That normally is a married couple. It can be two business partners as well. It's two people who are literally on the same level. Like you both do very well for yourselves. More times often than not, these are like divine counterparts or soulmates. But there's this thing here where I feel like you guys might, as individuals, have been pretty busy people prior to this. Like, I feel like, you guys were always doing something, you were always on the go, and now being in this period of having to be still and having to either be in the same environment or, maybe you're not. Maybe you are at a distance from each other, but you're still in seclusion. But there's this thing here where it's like, I don't think you do well sitting still. Some of you, yes, I feel like some of you are using this time creatively. I think you're filtering through some stuff though. And I think you're addressing and dealing with certain emotional issues in your environment or within yourself. And your creativity is helping you move through that. But for some of you, this definitely is a relationship situation. Let's clarify the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords here in the recent past. I kind of want to see what happened. Death. Okay, so yeah. I think something came in and kind of changed quite suddenly. I mean, other than what's happening in the world. I think this was in correlation with what's happening, but... And then we have the Two of Cups. There could have already been some energy of some, like, makeup breakup stuff going on. But for me, kind of, I don't know. I don't feel like this is because you have Two of Cups in your future and Two of Cups in your past. This could be you guys revisiting an issue from maybe 5 to 6 months ago. Kind of feels like 7 months ago. So this might be the revisiting of an issue. Let's clarify the Artist. We have Ace of Pentacles, so there's that opportunity. There's building that new world. There's drawing in creativity, and there's drawing in new beginnings, or there's drawing in solidifying something. But it really is being connected to this other place. Like, I think whatever it is that you're feeling in your physical body, in your soul, in your mind, in your heart, that's something that you need to be honoring right now. Because in reality, you are connected to something more than yourself. whether that's collective consciousness on a like a quantum physics level, whether it's, you know, for those of you out there who believe in angels, spirit guides, guardians. I'm not saying I don't, but it's like whatever your thing is, whatever you're connected to, that's the energy that you're kind of pulling in here. Let's clarify the Five of Cups with the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Yeah, Ten of Cups in reverse. So yeah, I definitely think there's an impact that's been made either on a family unit, on a community level, or within a marriage or a relationship. I think somebody's not happy right now and they're trying to express that they're not happy. But the thing is like I was saying, it might, these energies are two totally different energies. It's something of whatever you're unhappy about has nothing to actually do with the relationship itself. I mean, it might, but I feel like it's connected to either what's going on or just everything that's happening, and it's being taken out either on your relationship, your connection, your business partner, your family, your community, whatever. But there just is this feeling of just not being fully happy. This could also just simply be missing your community or your family. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles in reverse with the Eight of Swords and the Hanged Man. Let me see how much time I have. We have the Eight of Swords again. And we have the Four of Wands in reverse. So there definitely could be issues around the home, around stability, around either the concept or the idea of quite possibly making a poor investment. And if it's not a poor investment, then it could just be having financial issues dealing with the home. Maybe it's wondering how you're going to like re-stabilize what's happening in the home. Let's clarify the Sun, the Emperor in reverse, and the Seven of Wands in reverse for your overall environment, or what is happening around you. So we have the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the Three of Cups. And then we have the Six of Swords. I do feel like no matter what, harmony and balance are going to be restored to the situation, like I was saying within the outcome. I think there needs to be some modifications made. Like if you guys have been drinking a little more than normal, I would kind of cut back on that because I feel like it might add or exacerbate certain energies within conversation or the issue. Let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Two of Swords in reverse. So yeah, it's almost like choose what you want to focus on. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse and the Two of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. And we have the King of Swords. And then let's clarify the King of Wands in reverse. Or not the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands in reverse. Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Yeah. Things are going to go back to normal within whatever the situation is. Normal, you know. Whatever. Harmony is going to be restored in the situation. I think that you need to choose what you're going to focus on. You can either focus on finding solutions after you move through the feelings of this, right? I'm not saying don't negate your feelings. But it's really asking you to focus on how you can nurture yourself and nurture the situation and not just totally annihilate it with your thoughts or your words. There are definitive decisions being made right now. And I do think that this just honestly is questioning like what is going to be happening in the future for you guys. Because I do think that stability is the heart of the situation. So let's see what additional advice or information we have here. A little clarity, a little confirmation. Yeah. Embark. Embrace the change. Trust. Trust in what's happening. And meditation. Go within. Take a time out. Take a breather. And then balance. Like I said, things are going to be restored. Everything's going to go back to normal within the situation. And, you know, whatever normal is for you guys, it doesn't even have to be normal. A couple more for Gemini here, please. Puff, puff, pass. You might need to chill out. whatever does it for you. The pen is mightier than the sword. So yeah, you might even need to write down the way that it is that you feel, or write down what it is that you want to say, because I feel like getting it out first before you go in will make a difference. And then we have blinded by the light. So I think that there's going to be some clarity here. Like I said, I feel like there's been some realizations of some things that were not priorly seen or known. And it's kind of coming to the surface now. So just be thankful for that. And then we have dumpster. Whatever it is that needed to go, it's going to be making its way out. Whether that's an emotion, whether it's a thought process, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship. Like, I don't necessarily see this relationship dissolving, but I don't know, something had to be said. Like it's like taking out the trash. You need to like energetically shift something within the situation. And then we have heaven. And I think that's the next stage of the situation that you're going to be accessing. For some of you, you could have even had somebody who passed away who you feel very connected to, that you've either been reminded of lately or that you have felt very connected to lately. Whatever feelings you have around this person, or whatever it is that you feel like they've been trying to get your attention, I would pay attention to that. And then we have plateau, because I think you're being given the opportunity to look at something from a higher perspective, or to get a grip on something and gain control of a feeling or a situation by achieving a different perspective. All right, so thank you, Gemini. I hope, like I said, I hope you guys are doing okay. Don't forget to check the description box down below for my new website. I have all of the readings there that you can book with me. I'm more than open to helping people and working with people right now for what it is that they can afford. I understand that everybody's in a tough time, so please know that. And then, yeah, the cards that I used today, all of those artists and individuals are also down in the description box below. And I will see you guys next time.